Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. We're very late this month, but we have been doing reading sprints every other month between my channel and Christy's channel. And so it's by the skin of our teeth. We're getting we're getting them in here in December, but we've both been sick. So we we hope y'all are not sick. We hope you're doing better than we were.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Oh, hello everyone. Hi Layla. I hope y'all all had a great holiday season as well. I hope it was restful,
Yes.
not stressful.
Yes. And
Hey,
I hope you
Faye.
had some time off
Yes.
to
Hi.
relax and do nothing.
Yes. Is everyone off like at least part of this week? Or are you at work in this kind of purgatory? Like, this is a weird time to be doing anything. The week between Christmas and New Year's is like a weird liminal space.
It is. I know one friend who's in sales and they have to work harder during Christmas.
Oh, I can
But
imagine.
yeah, I feel like most people they get at least a little time off. But and then some of our family is in healthcare and they did not get any time
Yeah.
off
They
either.
didn't even get Christmas off.
No.
Oh, good. I'm glad, Natalia. I hope that you're enjoying your time off, that it's
That's
being
awesome.
very relaxing.
Yeah. Oh
I'm sorry,
no.
Allie.
Boo.
It's been a terrible 6 season. I feel like I've known so many people who've just been like struck down by the plague, basically. So,
Yes. And like I know a lot of people who just have a cough and like that's all they got, which is
yeah.
weird. They didn't have any other symptoms. Bizarre. Bizarre stuff. Hmm.
Well, I hope y'all are ready for the new year. Are y'all finishing books tonight? Is there anything that y'all are hoping to get done before the year begins? I'm going on and starting on New Year reading. I'm just going to count everything I read from here on out as being read in 2024. I don't have it in me. It's only a few days.
Yes. I know. I always end up doing that with like all of December. Just like then trying to talk about it next December is like I don't remember
Yeah.
much, but
Yeah.
it was a favorite way back then.
And I know some booktubers like stop. Like they
Mm.
stop in November and they count December as next year's.
Hmm.
And that would just be so convoluted for me as I rely on Goodreads to tell me everything.
Oh yeah,
And if
that
it
would make
didn't tell me I read it in that year, that would be so bad.
yeah. If you rely on Goodreads, then that would make it tough to count December for next year.
Don't say it. Don't bring it on,
Yes,
Faye.
definitely.
You do not want what we had.
Yes.
But let us
Hmm.
know what you'll be reading tonight. What are you reading, Christy? Before we started, Christy was saying that she's been reading like a bunch of great books.
Yes, I've been having a great reading month, probably because I'm mostly mood reading and have nothing assigned, you know? So Dia from Novel Idea sent me a Christmas present of Chesterton essays. So I'm really enjoying that right now.
Ooh.
So he's quite an essayist. Like I read The Man Who Was Thursday and I was like totally lost. I have no idea what that's supposed to be about. But this is apparently supposed to be a good like starting place. So, and I'm enjoying it so far.
He wrote one of my favorite poems, The Ballad of the White Horse. Super
Ooh,
good.
I need to read it. Is it a long ballad?
It is. It is long. It takes a long time to read, but it's so pretty. The rhyme scheme is so great.
I'm gonna have to look that up. See, man, he wrote poetry too.
I feel like he did basically everything.
Seems like it. Excellent. That checks, though, that it would be the poetry you've read and the
That's what I
essays
try
that I've
first.
read.
Right. That is really us. You will always try nonfiction first.
Yes.
Maybe you can finish one tonight, Layla. The trollop read was
Yes,
so long this year.
it was.
Did you read that, Christy?
I started it and I was really enjoying it, but yeah, I think long books in me just I only finished like one, like Bleak House. That was it as far as like chunky books this year. I didn't finish hardly any. I was like very short this year.
Me too. I kind of wonder if I'm moving away from stuff that's really long.
Yeah, just don't have the patience at the moment.
No. If you don't catch me in the first few pages now, it's one strike and you're out, sadly.
One strike and you're out. That's cute.
Ooh, that sounds interesting, Faye. I've heard of Max Brooks. Sorry if I'm making y'all drunk right now. My little stand is not sitting straight. We always have to write down every book that y'all are reading because y'all always introduce us to stuff we've never heard of.
Yes. My Goodreads TBR always grows during these,
Yes.
which is actually great because Victoria's Patreon, she does like a reader's choice thing now where everybody offers up books that they want to read, basically. And she spins a wheel, and whichever one wins is what everybody's reading that month. So it's kind of nice to have like a whole bunch of Goodreads recommendations from you guys that I can just be like, okay, here's a couple titles. Let's spin the wheel on these.
That is so fun. That's a really great idea.
Isn't it? It's brilliant.
Cloud Cuckoo Land. Didn't you read that, Christy?
I did.
How did you feel about it?
I did finish another long book. That one was long too, but that one it reads really quickly, so it didn't feel super long. It was good. I think I only rated it 3 stars because for me it was kind of like the editor just let him do whatever he wanted, and it was very like all over the place. But it was entertaining. I did enjoy it.
That's all that matters to me now.
Yeah.
That's bread and circuses all the way. If it entertains you.
Yes.
Speaking of entertaining,
Nice.
that's my man. Yeah, I've struggled to get out of the Christmas spirit. It's like I struggled to get into it for a long time. I was not in the Christmas spirit, and now I don't want to let it go. I was getting out the boxes earlier to take off the ornaments off the tree, and I was like,
Not
I'm
yet.
just like not ready yet. So I feel you. Keep reading those Christmas novellas.
Yes. It doesn't have to be over yet. I mean, the Catholic Church is still, I think their Advent season goes until sometime in
Oh
January.
yeah,
So,
the 6th at least, because that's
yeah,
Epiphany.
exactly. So, well worth sticking with Christmas.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
That's an interesting one to reread every year.
Yeah, and at the holidays.
Yeah. There's something kind of magical about it. Like
It
kind of
does.
otherworldly.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think you've gaslighted all of us into feeling like it's a vacation read.
It kind of is. I don't know if it is one or if it's just because like when your mind is taking a break from everything, you
Then you
actually
can
can
enjoy it.
focus on it.
Yeah.
Because if I tried to read it at any other time, I don't think I would have liked Moby Dick at all. I mean, at all.
I think there's something to that because I enjoyed it, what I read of it, but I just couldn't finish it because I'm so distracted.
Yeah. Ooh, I love Savannah.
Nice. History of Athens.
That'll
You're
be
in the
fun.
right place.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You're starting something. That'll be nice.
Mhm.
Yes, Layla, I don't think you can read him in order because I've tried to too, and I struggle with it every time. His later stuff works so much better for me. Like it's not nearly as not to be like this, but like it's not nearly as racist
Oh.
or as sexist. I think the women are better, but he is so anti-Semitic in some of those earlier works that it's really, really hard to read. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I know it's a product of its time, but like other people weren't doing that, so you didn't have to.
Yeah.
A Tale of Two Cities is like, I think, my favorite of his. You would love A Tale of Two Cities, Christy.
Oh, I sobbed at the end.
Okay, I started to say, I felt like it was your type of thing.
Well, it's nice because it's short. The prose is beautiful, and the ending is just like an emotional wallop. Like,
Yeah,
wow. I was probably gonna rate it like 3 stars before the ending, and then I was like 5 stars.
that's so true.
Even though I knew exactly what was gonna happen, it didn't matter. It was so good.
That's the truth. That's really his banger.
Mm.
Hi, Marianne. I DNF'd Starling House because I also found it pretty bland. Let me know if I should come back to it. If you get further and you think it's worth it.
That reminds. Did you read? I know you're a big fan of T. Kingfisher this year. Read Metal and Bone.
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening to that right now, and I'm actually obsessed. It's so good, and it's great
Yes.
on audio, which is really nice.
Her writing is so charming.
It is. The way she portrays this like fairy godmother character, it's just like I was like literally so emotional about it. I love her characters. And
Yes,
it's
it's
like
so cozy.
so engrossing too.
I'm
But
glad you like her. I thought you would.
yes, you're right. Dia recommended that to me too. I'm reading from recommendations from Dia right now, and she is spot on.
100% it seems like a Dia book.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that problem too. I'm sure it meant something to somebody, but it wasn't for us.
Yeah. Yes. I think I will. It's hard when you know you have time right now and after New Year's Day, you won't have the time to do it. But you kind of want to enjoy it while you have time to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. Yes, it's still Christmas.
Hmm.
Ooh, this sounds interesting.
Wow. I've never heard of this.
I'm writing it down.
Yes.
That sounds really fun. I've been wanting to reread Tolkien.
Ooh.
So,
Well, Tiffany's Patreon is rereading it starting in January.
there's some
You gotta
incentive.
join us. Yes. So she'll probably put up videos about it.
Oh, Faith, you can do it.
Yes. My team.
Yes. I feel like everyone's agreeing the later stuff is better from Dickens. Dombey and Son.
Mm.
our mutual friend. Yes, it took him forever, but eventually he did come around. Sometimes I think about Charles Dickens personally, and it's hard for me to divorce the work from what apparently a terrible person he was. But
Oh.
at least he's dead. It's not like some authors who shall remain nameless, nameless, who've ruined their legacy, who are currently alive.
Yes.
But his some of his earlier stuff, Oliver Twist is, I mean, jaw dropping to me.
Mm.
I could not finish it. It's so sad that he died soon after he finally learned how to write Lamp. Why is that so true?
Ooh, that's fun.
Winter of the Witches. That sounds so wintry. That sounds perfect.
Another one I haven't heard of this one either.
This is my next on my T. Kingfisher list is The Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. I've heard it's really cute.
Ooh, that sounds great.
I wonder if you're a cozy fantasy person, Christy.
I think I am because the Shire is my favorite part of Lord of the Rings. So I think I must be. I need to get into it.
Have you tried Legends and Lattes, like the big one that keeps going around where people are baking cookies and
I need to try that. Someone made a video about cozy fantasy a while ago, and I'm like, I need to work my way through this list. And that was one of the recommendations. Oh, Monica Kim? Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yes. I love her channel. It's so
I do
cute.
too.
So cozy.
Understandable.
Mhm. Yeah, anything that helps.
Yep, that's why I put them up early. That's why I put up Christmas decorations early.
Mm-hmm.
I need to extend the joy.
Yes.
Ooh, Russian folklore.
You know what? I read the first one and I was really wishing that she had stayed cozy because I thought it was super, like, it would have been like a perfect middle grade novel. But because she kind of went, I guess, for an older audience with it, I didn't like it as much. If it had been like middle grade, it would have been the perfect thing for me.
I actually don't know, Faith. I feel like that was written somewhere in the middle to latter part of his career. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I really want to read Little Dorrit. That's one of the few left that from him that I'm excited about.
There's still classics you're excited about. Yay.
It's a long drawn out divorce that I'm having from them, but hope it can be amicable. I'm just not inspired by them at all. So it's a shame. But that's good. We need to keep things new and fresh in our reading life in order to keep
Definitely.
reading.
I mean, and later you might come back to them in another time of life.
Right.
I tend to go through phases too.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, you recommended that, didn't you, Jenny?
Yes, I bought all three of them and I love them. I love his narration. I'm obsessed with him. He's so talented.
He is.
Yes. This is one of my favorite fantasies of the year.
Are you going to do a video about favorite fantasies of the year?
I should. I did my favorite books of the year today, and that was so hard to narrow down. But now I've seen other people were like separating their videos into genres, and that sounds fun
That does.
because this is up there now in your cozy fantasy era, though, Christy. You would like this.
Okay. I'll mark it down.
There's like a little fairy in this, and he's a little bitty thing. And he walks around and he like makes a deal with her for a fur hat. And so like she gives him a hat that he then makes into his little outfit. And
Oh,
he wanders around with her. It's just cute.
okay. That does sound cute. I love like magical companion stories.
Yes.
So cozy about that.
Ooh.
Of books and bagpipes.
That sounds really cute.
That does.
My grandmother was the same way. Literally, we would unwrap our Christmas presents Christmas morning, and she would get out the stuff and make us kids take the ornaments off the tree and take down the tree for her so that she could get cleaned up.
That's funny. Hey, we made it through the comments. Good job.
Yay. Well, are y'all ready to get started? Oh, I didn't tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading A Bright Heart, which I had never heard of, and I bought because of the cover.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese-inspired fantasy.
Ooh.
So I think it sounds really good. Chinese mythology is really cozy to me. So I'm kind of in a cozy mood.
Perfect. And that's very fitting with Christmas.
Yes.
Cozy.
And this weird time, like between Christmas and New Year's, it's like you can't decide what to do.
I know.
Like, what should I be doing? Am I enjoying anything? I feel like everyone's weirdly depressed this week.
Yeah. When the new year starts, we can be reinvigorated with all our goals, but it's not the new year yet.
Right. Well, how long shall we go for? Shall we do our usual?
Yeah, I'm up for the usual.
Yes, half an hour.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Ooh, yes. I still need to read. I need to get a book from her because I've listened to samples, but her holds at the library are always like several months long. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just choose a different one that's available now.
Yes.
But I really want to listen to her.
Everyone says she's got to be like their favorite audiobook narrator. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever listened to one from her because you're right. They're always gone.
Yeah.
They're always checked out.
There's always like one from the library. It's like,
I'm like a 6-month wait.
Yeah. Unless maybe on Audible, I could probably buy it on Audible. But I'm such a cheapskate.
Me too. When I get an Audible credit, I'm like, but what should I use this on? It's got to be a 40-hour audiobook for me to get my money's worth out of this.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, I am a magpie, and if it's shiny or pretty, I must take it.
That was was that a book of the month book, did you say?
No, I just saw this on the shelf at Barnes & Noble the other day, and it was the only copy.
Wow.
And I thought, what is that? And then I read about it. It sounded up my street.
That's awesome.
I hope you enjoy. I hope that everyone enjoys what they're reading. I hope you enjoy Phantom of the Opera. Mm-hmm. It's kind of fun. Oh, hi, Dee Dee. You're going to love the Jade trilogy. I hope you do. Because they're some of my favorite books of the year. They were in my top 2 or 3.
Yes. Do you do 5-star predictions?
No, I haven't done any 5-star predictions in a long time.
Okay. Because
I
I was going to
probably
say,
should.
I feel like that series would have been on your 5-star predictions.
Yes. That would have been one of the few times I
That
was
it
right.
worked. Yeah.
That's so true, Faye. You have summed it up. Like you're trying to cram everything fun into a short amount of time.
Oh,
That's kind of stressful.
yeah.
All right. Let's get started with our weird time, as always.
Sounds perfect.
Right. Good luck, everyone.
Fighting.
Welcome back, everyone. How did that sprint go?
Hi. Sorry I was late returning. I was doing some back stretches and I forgot to set my alarm.
That was productive, though.
Yes. So I was listening to Nettle and Bone and it was so good. I love it. And I'm almost finished with the essay I was reading too. But I had to get up and stretch. And while I was laying on the floor and doing back stretches in a room where I don't normally do them, I just looked over and on my shelves I saw a book with a title I didn't recognize. And this is a book I've had for a long time, but it's about a North Korean family who they were Christians living in North Korea, which is like the most that nation. That is the number one persecutor of Christians today in the world. So I thought, how did I forget I had this? Well,
That's
I
kind
mean,
of the best when you find something on your shelves and then you get excited about it again.
exactly. So now I'm like, oh, maybe I should be reading this. How did you do?
I think I read 30 pages, so I don't know if y'all can see that. It wasn't much, but I'm intrigued. I'm
Yes.
intrigued. It's very cozy. It's exactly, I mean, but it's about revenge, but I feel like that's me. I
That is
I can
you.
find revenge cozy.
Oh, I didn't realize you were just starting at this sprint.
Yes, this is like one of the rare times I've started sprints,
Yeah,
like
you
starting
usually
a book.
finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally I'm waiting to finish a book.
Yes.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
I'm glad that baby is asleep.
Yes. I was going to say time to relax, but I think laundry is like the relaxation of a mom.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like ever present.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Ooh, Faye read a chapter. Go, Faye.
Yeah.
Ooh, and had a snack. That was very productive.
Yeah.
Another having a snack. Very
Snack.
important.
Yes. Are you a snacker while you read?
Not normally, because I feel like, I don't know. I think I have to get into the mindset to read.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I start to break it up, that's what kind of why I like a longer sprint,
Mm-hmm.
because 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, that's not enough for me to like get into the reading
Yes.
headspace. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as big a snacker while reading.
That makes sense.
Are you a snacker while you read?
Um, I will often have like a spoonful of peanut butter. Just have that while I'm reading at night. Because I usually, after I take my anxiety med, I'm hungry, but I also don't want to get up and make a meal at like 8:30 at night. So
Yeah.
I always have like a spoonful of peanut butter. Ooh, you're so
Yes.
close.
Everyone's made good progress.
Yes.
Yes.
And talked with Emily.
It's
Oh,
valid.
that is it. We're just cozy holiday mood. That fits right in.
Naps are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, you're moving right along, Leila.
Nice. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel that way, and I'm not a mom.
Yes. Once Kevin's family had a family reunion, and I learned that you learn how to do laundry really quickly when you're a parent because we had a laundry folding competition at the family reunion where and one of them was a guy and all of them were faster than me at folding socks into pairs because I was like, oh, I'm gonna line them up perfectly, and everybody else was just like, nope.
Just do it. Yeah.
Just do it. I was like, oh, okay, this is a parenting thing, I'll get that eventually.
That's like retail. They will like force you to fold pants, fold jeans, because I worked at a jeans store that shall remain
Mm.
nameless. And they like trained us on the specific way to fold jeans. And I'll be honest, I still have to do it like that. Like I still fold jeans that way. Once it gets in your head, it's too late.
It is now a skill. Ooh,
Ooh,
I'm looking it up.
a late 1800s girl in London. That is kind of the vibe. Oh, you need it back, Christy.
Oh, no, that's fine. I can see it off to the side. I was laughing at Melissa's.
That's pretty true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think a parent must have come up with that. I have an idea, guys. Bring your laundry.
I like that. That was probably really smart.
Yes.
Yes, gene trained.
Kevin's mother-in-law learned at Macy's how to wrap presents. That was her job.
Wow.
And so her Christmas presents, it always looks like it's from a magazine when we go over and look at their tree. It's like, wow. And my little dumpy packages are, we'll add them to the pile, I guess. But take a picture first.
That's for sure something I have never mastered is how to wrap a present.
Yeah, me neither. I always run out of paper and I have to like cut off an extra piece and add it in there.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed that you got 30 pages in when you just started a book. It seems like at the beginning, it's kind of like the beginning of a sprint where it takes me forever to get into a book. But 30 pages is like, that's pretty good.
And this was confusing kind of to get into because they just automatically threw all the names at you.
Ah,
So,
yeah, that can be an adjustment.
yes.
Yes, gift
Yes,
bags. That is so true.
my mom would not ever allow me to show up with a gift bag. Mm-mm. Like to her, that's the laziest thing
It's
of all
safe.
time. Like pull yourself together. Like that's her time. It's time for you to pull yourself together. Wrap a gift. Like she would be deeply offended if somebody handed her a gift bag. I'm telling y'all. But welcome to the South. Like we're not even judging you on the gift, but it's judging on how the gift was presented. So
Oh, in Kevin's family, the wrapping is kind of a thing. One of Kevin's brothers, always, he's the person who he'll get you like a ring, and then he'll put it in 5 boxes and wrap them in packing tape, and it'll be like a giant box by the time you get it. And then you have to like,
Yeah.
they really have fun with it, And I'm over here like,
Just open it.
yeah.
Merry Christmas. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. We have family members that are I don't get, maybe people don't say clean freak anymore or like are OCD about cleaning. But
Yeah.
these are people who you've got your drink, you sit it down, you turn away, cup's gone. Next time you need it, like they're cleaning out from under you in the process of you, like literally like having the fork up to your mouth, the plate is gone. Like these people clean, and I'm thinking, okay, so every time we invite them over, every time we host the family gathering, I'm like, we gotta have this place spotless. And yet I feel like every time they leave, that's got to be the number one conversation that they're having in the car. It's like, can you believe people live like that?
Oh no.
Like, yeah, some of us don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But some of us, it's a punishment. I wish that was how I found my Zen time, was in Cloroxing everything, but it's not.
Oh, there was a great reel going around Instagram, and it was like what people think their relatives are gonna do when they come over for Thanksgiving. And it was like somebody going around on all the floorboards and like wiping it with their finger.
Yes.
Jenny's family actually does it though, folks.
I feel like they do it at their own house, and so that makes me wonder. But there was another TikTok thing going around about people washing their curtains. I don't know if y'all saw that. Like a guy went over to his friend's house and they were like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't have time to put up the curtains. I was washing them." And he said, like, is that something we as a society are supposed to be doing? Are we supposed to be washing curtains? And nobody told me.
Oh no.
He was at the sheer end of his resolve. Like that was going to be the thing that threw him over the edge if we had to be washing our curtains.
Oh, I've never even thought about doing that.
No, me either.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, they're probably really dusty now that I think about it.
That's true. But a lot of curtains are so thin. They're like those gauzy curtains. I wouldn't think you could wash them unless these people are hand washing curtains. In which case, please go outside and touch some grass because there are other things to be worried about.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hand washing.
This has turned into a cleaning tirade. But
yes. We apologize
yes.
if you are a
If you are type A, I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
Because I wish it was me. Melissa, this is too true. I think about that all the time. Because I dust stuff and then I go, how am I going to get up there? And it never gets done.
I mean, if you use it enough, you never have to dust it.
That's true. Mine never turns off.
There you go.
Winter,
it
summer.
Itself. Yeah.
Are you going to switch it up for the next sprint? Are you going to read a different book?
I want to finish that essay, but I might start
Who's your background? I have to know.
My background? Oh, on my iPad, it's just the American flag. But let me show you my phone.
I thought I saw a man's silhouette. Oh, your boys. Yep.
Yeah.
I
I
have
think this was
Suho.
Water Bomb. Oh, cute. Do you still have Do Young in your phone case?
Yes. I always have a photo card of Do Young.
I'm
I
gonna
think
do
this has
that.
been the same photo card for 6 months, but that's okay.
I'm totally gonna do that. I'm looking at my Jongmo photo card that I got from Crystal, and I'm gonna put it in here. That'll be my next sprint.
That's productive.
Yeah. Peace of mind.
Yeah, Melissa, you're right on that one.
Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Dusting the
Mhm.
bookshelves. That needs to happen.
Yeah. That doesn't happen near as often as it should for me.
Yeah. And they're on my videos too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
But
forget
every
about
time you go into a used bookstore, I get the sense nobody dusts their bookshelves,
it.
including the bookstores.
I think that's true. Now that you mention it, I worked at a library and we never dusted the shelves. That makes me feel better. Yes. Excellent. Well, that was a good place to start. I would say, if you want to move on to his magnum opus, then I would say the brothers Karamazov would be a great place to go next. But lately, I've been hearing a lot of buzz about demons, which I know Jenny doesn't like. But I know several people who like demons is now up there for them. They loved it. So maybe one of those two.
Probably did start with the best. That was the best place to start.
That one seems to get a lot of people. If they start there, they love it.
Yeah. They say that about mattresses too. That's why mattresses are so light when they come in and so heavy when they leave.
Whoa. I'd heard that that's what dust is, that it's dead skin cells. That's wild.
Yikes.
Our poor books.
I know. It's amazing that they stand up to so much wear and tear.
Yes. Bless their hearts. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Are you now in the Russian mood?
I loved The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. That
That was
one.
that was piratey.
Yes.
I don't know if you would like it or not, Christy. I hesitate to recommend you fantasy.
It's a fraught it's difficult. I'm having a difficult fantasy period.
You're on your divorce with fantasy, your separation with fantasy.
I have been for a couple years now.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple that I loved. So yeah. Like Guy Gabriel Kay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And manga fantasy I'm into. So I don't know what that says about me. Maybe just that I need cozy.
Yeah. I think it was nice. It helped me get back into fantasy to do stuff that was smaller scale. That felt like it only had a few people we were following. I only needed to learn like a couple of countries.
Yeah.
I think I'm out of the phase of learning 10 different nations with 15 different perspectives. I don't think I can do it anymore.
Yeah. Same. You've been doing great on series, though.
I have been trying to finish series this year, so I'm proud of myself that I've at least carried on. This is
Yeah.
crazy, Marianne. I wish that was me.
Wow. I admire that so much.
I do too.
I think that's my mother-in-law too. When she comes over, she's like, "Can I dust for you?" I'm like, "Oh, if
Sure.
you want to, yeah, thanks."
If you want to.
Yeah, I won't complain.
That's true.
That's so cute. A duster for your books. Maybe that's what I need to do to get into dusting. I usually just use like old shirts. But if I
Yeah.
bought a duster,
Yes, if you had a fancy duster, a small little duster.
I'm going to get that with my Christmas gift cards. A book duster.
I'd like to try Robin Hobb. I'm just overwhelmed because I
Yeah,
know it's a commitment.
it is. Oh wait, I think I've only read the first trilogy, and it was great, and I felt like it ended off okay. Like you didn't have to read the whole series, but it was a long time ago now that I finished it, so I don't remember very well. But I think I was satisfied.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Stephanie just finished them all. She just posted about it, and I was like, wow, I don't know anybody who's finished all of them.
Me either. I mean, that is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Is there like 18, 16, 17? I don't
Yeah.
know. There's like, it's in the
Keeps
teens.
going. And they're like fat
They're
books.
big. Yeah.
I think you would like her, but I'm not sure.
I probably would because I like pain. So I
And
would,
you like prose. That's why I think
yes. Yeah. And
she's
characters.
hmm
I like a good character.
and there's zombies in the first trilogy.
Okay, now that's really sold me on it.
Yeah,
You know how I feel about zombies.
I do.
You don't ever know what you're gonna get on these live streams or on our channels, y'all. So we love to keep you on your toes.
Yes.
Zombies?
Zombies.
Oh, I hate that, Marianne, because I pre-ordered that book and everything. I was so excited
Oh.
about this. And I wondered if it was me. I wondered if I just wasn't in the mood.
Mm,
It's disappointing.
that is disappointing. You had a lot of books this year that were like your most anticipated, and then it didn't turn out very good.
Yes. I'm gonna stop making a list maybe of anticipated stuff, and then maybe I won't have high expectations when they come out.
That might be smart. Woohoo! Russian
Yes,
mood. I feel like YouTube is in a Russian mood
it's
because,
true.
like, some of my Dostoevsky videos have taken off. And when I first started 4 years ago on YouTube, nobody was watching my Dostoevsky videos.
Yeah.
So I just didn't make them for a long time. But now people are, like, watching them. So, something.
I've seen a whole lot of discussion, not to get us off on another tangent, but about the fact that women are currently really loving Dostoevsky, that now it's like a girl's thing and it's very coquette. Like people are tying up Dostoevsky books with bows and stuff and posting it on Instagram and TikTok. And now men are saying they don't like Dostoevsky because I guess he's taken
Really
off with women.
weird.
It's really interesting. Dostoevsky and Kafka apparently are two big authors this year. with women, and I fell in love with Kafka this
Yeah,
year.
that
And
was
I was already in love with Dostoevsky. I wish people would be secure. Men, let's get secure. I mean, are we allowed to like great literature? So what if Baby Girl is a 19th century Russian author with depression?
yeah.
Let us have that.
Oh, that is so I have been seeing it all over Instagram. People reading Dostoevsky. That is
It's,
so interesting.
it's interesting. I think he's one of like the best-selling authors this year,
Really?
which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't know, was it a big anniversary or anything? Wonder why, or if it's just been organic.
You know, trends always mystify me, but I'm happy to hop on them sometimes.
Me too.
This is a great one to hop on. Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah.
It
Yay,
must be a
TikTok.
textbook book. Hi, Paul. Yes, I'm so glad you're reading Dostoevsky too. That makes me happy.
Yes, I need to
Well,
get.
there's two guys here who are secure enough to be
Yes.
enjoying Dostoevsky. So welcome, guys. You guys are awesome.
Yes, DNF, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
way behind on the chat, y'all. I'm sorry. We got off on Dostoevsky.
we did. And dusters.
Ooh. I feel like Robin Hobb has been popular for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's still really popular here on BookTube. I still see people posting reviews of her stuff.
Yeah. Even before I joined BookTube, she was really popular with the fantasy blogger community that I was in. Everybody loved her. And so that's where I read her, was before I even was on BookTube. And then when I joined BookTube, everybody was talking about her here. I was like, okay, yeah. So everywhere she's popular.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I just wonder why some people take off
I know.
and then remain popular. Because fantasy booktube has such interesting trends like throughout the year. When I watch fantasy
Yeah.
booktubers, it's like everyone either loves or hates something in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia can't get into high fantasy. Yeah. I feel like I always have liked fantasy, but it has to be a particular type of thing.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm shocked every year when Goodreads does your year in books and I've read 80% fantasy and I always think, I don't read that much. But in all the time I've had a Goodreads for like 12 years. Fantasy has been my most read genre every year.
Wow. That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would have put I remember you mentioned that fantasy romance is becoming one of your biggest genres. I wonder, does it classify like, I guess it's fantasy, if it's fantasy romance.
I always considered it all fantasy, but
Mm-hmm.
I like that now there's a fantasy romance like designation because apparently that's what I actually really like. I like there to
That's
be a
your
little
subgenre.
romance. And that normally means it's like smaller scale, I think. Like stuff
Mm-hmm.
is happening, but if it doesn't impact them as characters, it's not relevant. And so I kind of like that.
Yeah. The people in the book.
Yeah.
I find that really interesting too. The relationships. I remember reading about, like, I think it was fantasy. I remember reading interviews with fantasy romance authors when I was a writer. And they talked about how in like the golden age of fantasy, but before women were published in fantasy or sci-fi, they would be reading things like Lord of the Rings, and they would just pay a lot of attention to like Arwen and Aragorn, and that was what they were most interested in, and so they would read the book. But now they have genres for that now, where it focuses on like the Arwen and Aragorn story. So it's a good time to be a fantasy romance reader.
That's true. And there's a lot of older fantasy. I used to try to make myself read all like the classic fantasies, and there just was not a lot of women in them at
Yeah,
all, or well done women.
it's
That
true.
was the problem with the Wheel of Time. I'm sorry. I could have loved the Wheel of Time. The women
Yeah.
were all the same. It's as if the author had only interacted with one woman his entire life, and so every woman acted the exact same.
Uh,
It was
yeah,
wild.
oh, man.
I'm gonna do this though. I feel like baby wipes on the shelves is kind of a galaxy brain idea, Natalie.
That
Like
is a good idea.
I'm going to do that.
Maybe I don't need a duster. I just
Maybe
need
you need baby wipes.
baby wipes. Yeah. That actually they changed my life. Not like the Clorox wipes, because I've always since my autoimmune disease developed, I was always really hesitant to have people over because I had trouble even like cleaning the bathroom on a lot of days. And so I just couldn't clean very well. And then my mother-in-law said, "What if you tried like Clorox wipes on bad days? If you need to clean the bathroom, just wipe everything off with Clorox wipes." And so now I do that like at least once a week. I wipe everything down, and it's changed my cleaning life. Now I can have a clean bathroom.
I love the Clorox wipes.
Yeah,
In a
they're so-
pinch, if you need to get a spot on the floor and you don't want to get out the mop, the Clorox wipe's going to do it.
that is smart.
I mean,
I didn't think of doing
they
that.
will take down battery acid, but I love a Clorox wipe.
Yes.
These are the cleaning sprints.
Yes,
No.
thank you everyone. These are great tips. Baby wipes for the shelves.
Yes, Paul discovered
Yeah,
Dostoevsky this year.
that makes me so happy.
Matt has seen more Kafka love around from the girls. It's true. I know. For me, I'm kind of obsessed with him. I'm reading his journals now.
I'm gonna have to read those too.
I'm in love with him.
Or the letters. Was
Yeah,
it the letters?
his
I need to
letters
read
are
his letters.
insane. Insane. He's so romantic.
Yeah. Yes. I really. Yeah. Because you said he was writing. Wasn't he like the woman he was writing to was like a Catholic or something?
Yeah, I think she was Christian and he was Jewish. And so there was
Oh.
a whole interesting religious conversation between the two of them and like about their families, but they had a whole affair through letters and they only met twice. Their entire love affair was through these letters. And she apparently kept all of his.
Wow.
Me too, if a man said that stuff to me.
Yeah.
I would have kept it too.
Definitely.
I said he was down bad.
Wow.
It's wild.
That is something else. That's kind of exciting. I need to make more
Mhm.
Dostoevsky content.
Now we need to get on Book Talk and do Dostoevsky Book Talk content. Get the Book Talk
Yes.
girlies into it.
I
Yeah.
think that is where you influence people now. For book
Yes.
reading
I
is
feel
on
like a lot of people have left BookTube for Book Talk. I want to make a Book Talk in the new year. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna get on TikTok.
Do it. It's addicting.
I feel like it is, but I feel like it's a fun community. It seems like it's a lot of people who are like new to reading, who are
Yeah.
really excited about getting back into reading, and that's a fun community, I think, to be a part of.
Hmm. I agree.
Yes. There's so much nonfiction out there about World War II. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. That's true, there is.
Hi, Jaina.
Hi, Gina.
That's also true. That's helpful.
Yeah.
I agree.
Genre labels are great. Subgenre labels. It's
Yeah,
great.
the subgenre really works.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, a lot of people don't like trope talk. Like now it's a big thing to say like, this is friends to lovers and found family or something when they're
Mm-hmm.
recommending a book. I kind of like that because there are some
You
tropes
do.
I don't like. And so then I know no need for me to pick that up. I'm not going to like it.
I agree.
Yes. We use them
Yeah.
a lot at work. It is great during 6th season.
Mm. I know, that's
What if they
great.
sponsor us? If Clorox is watching this, we are open to sponsorships. Yes.
Really? Dang, I missed it.
I know. They went down. It used to be 50% off all the hardbacks, and then they went down.
Wow.
So my Barnes and Noble was wiped out last week. I went before Christmas, and it looked like a tornado had hit the place. They had nothing. They had no stock before Christmas. I can't imagine what they have now.
Wow.
Well, are we ready to sprint again?
I sure am. You ready?
Yes, let's do it. It's always a weird time.
I love that. Perfect.
All right. Good luck, everyone.
Yes. Fighting.
Welcome back.
Hi. How did you do?
I made it to page 100. So I have flown through this.
Dang. So what do you think so far?
I want more detail from it. I feel like it's really good bare bones, but I think that I would like more detail because a lot happened like before the book that it keeps referencing. I just
Mm-hmm.
wish we would have seen some of what they reference. I think that would make it stronger. If it's going to be important, why not include it in a book?
Yes. Interesting. So it's like the history of the world kind of events that you're wishing that she'd included.
Yeah, and like personal history of the characters.
Ah,
She'll just be like, "Well, remember when this happened with so and so?" No, I don't.
no.
I wasn't there.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's how you like emotionally connect with somebody. Well, I hope it gets better.
I do
More
too.
detailed.
At least the cover is still pulling me through. Did you finish your essay?
I did, and I am almost done rereading it because I got to the end and I was like, I can't describe what this is about, so I need to go back and reread it. And the second time through, I'm highlighting a bunch, so it's really interesting. He's talking about how an ideal or a religious idea was so motivating to people in the past that they came up with better art than we are today, is his argument. Like Milton wrote not only better piety, but better blasphemy because he had an ideal that he was writing for and against in the book in Paradise Lost. So I thought,
That's
that's
interesting.
isn't that interesting?
That is interesting because everybody, like, every time you read Paradise Lost, when you read it in school, like, everyone thinks Lucifer's hot.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
there's something to him, and you feel sorry for him.
Right. And when you're reading like Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov, like he writes atheism so convincingly that atheists quote the Grand Inquisitor. They
Yeah,
love it because it's a good representation of their beliefs. So, yeah. Chesterton was like the real deal. His George Bernard Shaw was like a really good friend of his, and George Bernard Shaw was an atheist, and they would have just like debates together, and it was fun. And they were still friends. They would just like debate each other about everything because they were really close, but they disagreed about everything. It's like,
I feel,
wow,
I just feel like that would not
that would
happen
not
today,
happen
really.
today. No, not at all. People don't like talking with people they disagree with everything about. In today's world, they just call each other names. Which is frustrating for everybody here in the middle. We're just like, can you talk though? That would be helpful for me.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Are there any books that you both just endlessly and repeatedly reread?
yes.
I really don't. I didn't reread a single. Maybe I reread one book this year, but last year I also didn't reread anything. I haven't been a big rereader since getting onto BookTube.
There's a lot of
There's
pressure to keep moving on BookTube.
Yeah, and I think now I know there's so much more out there. The only time I reread is when I'm like getting up to date in a series and I can't remember what happened.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. You're pretty good about keeping up with new releases, so that would make sense. There's always something new and exciting coming out.
That's kind of sad though. Now I feel like I need to reread more because I used to reread all the time before booktube. I was rereading all the time, but my most reread book is Interview with the Vampire.
Oh yeah, and you loved that. Was that this year that you reread that, or was that last year?
And I think it was last year. I need to reread it again. I think I've reread that 15 times. I mean, that was zero exaggeration. But when you read Anne Rice for the first time as a 12-year-old, your whole world opens up.
Wow, yeah, definitely. Woo.
Ooh, yay. You never know.
It is possible.
You never know.
I thought 30 pages was good for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You move past that.
The chapters are so quick. They're like 2 or 3 pages. So I feel like there's a lot of wasted space every now and again. So I don't feel like it was that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that much. That's true. Back to your argument, or Chesterton's argument about having an idea and religion impacting art.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, our older architecture. Yeah, it's definitely more exciting than modern architecture. Yeah, he talks about people being more concerned with efficiency today. And he's like, that's not an ideal. I thought, oh, that's interesting. Because I feel like that's true.
True then, and even more true now.
Yes. Yeah, because I think he was a Victorian author. So he was writing quite a while ago now.
Ooh.
Nice.
I want to try Kazuo Ishiguro in the new year.
Do it.
I'm going to try him.
Never Let You Go was a revelation in college.
That's the one I want to read. That's the one I want to read. I know what happens in it.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
That makes me even more excited, frankly.
You can enjoy the art of it if you already know what happens.
Yeah.
Because you're not just like, oh, racing through the pages to find out what happened. Now that you mentioned cozy fantasy, that's the kind of stuff that I tend to reread. Like Howl's Moving Castle, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, the Abhorsen Chronicles. Those kinds of cozy things are the things I reread.
I started to say, did we say what your comfort read was? But I should have known Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah. That's it. That's number one.
Ooh. I'm with you. I say we start 2024 reading right now.
Nice. Mansfield Park. You'll be like perfectly in line with Feb Regency, Jaina.
2 big ones you're starting with. I'm excited.
That is super exciting. I need to read The Remains of the Day. Tiffany's reading it right now.
Does she like it?
I think she's still in the beginning, and she said it starts off kind of slow for her. But we'll see if she ends up getting into it.
I love stuff like The Remains of the Day, because isn't that the one about like the butler?
Yes.
Yeah. I love stuff about like the
The
transition from the country house system into the modern day. I think that's so
Mhm.
interesting.
Yes.
Oh wow, 30% of your reading was rereads. That's
Wow.
interesting.
That's great because you're like usually rereads are enjoyable because they're books you already know you like. So you're just fully enjoying it.
I guess that I always worry like when you go back to something that you'll like it less. And
Yeah,
that's definitely happened to me more than a few times, sadly.
that's true.
Sometimes I think I don't want to reread it because what if it's not as good?
There's been a couple that I had DNF'd previously and I restarted reading and I was like, I love it now. What
Yes.
happened?
It's different when it's a DNF. I feel like I'm more inclined to come back to something that I put down in the middle.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Ooh. Okay. I should read that like sooner rather than later. The Remains of the Day. And I should reread the other one. But yeah.
I love that film. Never Let Me Go, the film.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Ooh, Howl's Moving Castle is a fave of Marianne's.
Yay! Yes. It's so good. I like it even better than the movie, which I know is blasphemy, but I do.
I saw that, Matt. That was recommended to me on Kindle Unlimited.
Ooh. Salt and Broom.
It seemed kind of cozy. I don't know if it is, but it kind of seemed cozy. But I think Jane Eyre is cozy. So to me, if ghosts are haunting the house,
That's
I feel like
cozy.
it can be cozy. I think to me, it's like, is it raining outside? Is it cold? Then it's cozy.
It's cozy. Salt and Broom. Anything with like a cleaning supply in the title does strike me as cozy.
Yeah, it seems kind of witchy, but like Sabrina the Teenage Witch style, cozy witch. Yeah, that's true. That's what I guess I
Oh
worry
no.
about. Stuff that has aged very poorly.
That is a thing. It's true.
But sometimes I reread stuff like I just reread an Agatha Christie book. It was Murder in Mesopotamia. Forgotten
Mm.
everything about it.
Hmm.
Didn't remember anything, and I was able to enjoy it as if it was for the first time. So sometimes maybe I should be rereading more, but I also felt like there were problems in that I did not notice the first time around in terms of how she discussed local people in Iraq. It was very,
Oh no.
it wasn't great. Let's just say it wasn't great.
Yeah, times are changing quickly. So
Yeah.
sometimes even I know people even talk about like friends, problems with friends. And Friends is a pretty recent TV show. I mean, not super recent now, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Ooh, they got Remains of the Day for Christmas.
Nice. I need to join your family. They give books for Christmas. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, they're both great.
The
Ooh.
Last Emperor of Mexico. I've not heard of this.
Need to check
That sounds interesting.
I had a Mexico period where I just read everything about the Aztecs that I could
Yeah.
find. Have you read Max Gladstone?
No, I have not.
He wrote a fantasy series, and one of them was set. It's like so good. Three Parts Dead is the first one. The craft sequence. It's so good.
Ooh.
It was like one of my favorite books of the year when I was reviewing books on my fantasy blog.
There are so many good recommendations now. I love The Night Before Christmas by
Yes.
Nikolai Gogol.
So great, isn't it? I wish he'd written his novels the same way he wrote his short stories.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to agree there. Sorry to him.
I still liked Dead Souls, but after reading The Night Before Christmas, I had very high expectations.
Yeah. Jane Eyre does have a cozy feel. I mean, you're right. But he's always going to work for me. I think a lot of people hate Rochester here on BookTube.
Yeah.
I'd sadly go out with him. And I know the ending. I would say, he had like I could fix him. I think if we went to therapy, something could happen for him. But I mean, I guess he paid for it in the end. I don't know. But I need to reread Jane Eyre. That was just a wild ride from start to finish the first time that you read that and you think, is this dude for real? The Brontes all had we talk a lot about how poorly women are written. They had some issues with men. Valid. It's completely valid, but
yes.
This is so true because it was really like, it wasn't just the racism and murder in Mesopotamia. The women shaming was unbelievable. Like, just because a woman was attractive, then it was her fault that men were attracted to her and wanted to do something for her.
Yikes.
And then it was discussed as if she must be like very immoral for that. No, maybe she was living her life.
In Halloween Party, she even extended it to a child. Oh, this child was nasty and mean. That must be why she was murdered.
I remember you said that. I loved the movie, though. I loved the Murder in Venice movie.
The movie was great.
The movie was a massive improvement on how
that was my favorite of all of the Christy movies they've done so far.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
Me too.
It was a smart move to move it to Venice.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. We at least were distracted by how pretty it was.
Yeah.
So we could forget that the mystery is like the most obvious mystery of all time. Yes. I love her, though.
Yes.
Queen Christy. We love her.
I do love her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's hard because, like, you want to read stuff, and sometimes I can turn it off. Like, in my brain, I can just say, this was a different time.
Yes.
And sometimes I literally cannot get past it.
Yeah, it does depend on the book a bit.
Yeah.
If there's enough redeeming qualities, sometimes I can still really enjoy it. Which I think is why people still enjoy classics. because even though there's problematic elements, there's a lot of redeeming qualities. Like they're usually like really beautiful or something, you know?
Right. I have read Ninth House, and I love Ninth House. Christy, have you read it?
I haven't. Do
I
I need
love
to?
Ninth House, but look up trigger warnings before you go into it. I don't say that lightly. I'm not normally like a stickler for trigger warnings, but I need it for what happens in this book.
Okay.
So
I
I would look up trigger warnings before you read it. It has to
Okay.
do with SA, which we can't say here on YouTube, but it was graphic. It was
Okay.
not just mentioned it happened on page.
Oh.
That's one thing I don't want to read.
Yeah. That's good to know.
I think the author was like processing her own trauma.
Mm.
So it made sense, but I still would like to have been warned.
Yeah, I feel like trigger warnings are they less popular now than they used to be? Because I feel like now they used to be just like common courtesy, you know? Just here's the trigger warnings.
I've seen a
But
lot of
maybe.
people complain about them this year, like that they spoiled the book.
Oh, I see.
And on the one hand, I understand that. On the other, depending on what it is, I still think that it's appropriate.
I agree. Because it's almost kind of like trope talk. It's like it'll tell you what to maybe expect. If it's something that you really want to avoid, that can help you avoid it.
Right.
But I can see why people wouldn't like it.
This sounds good.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even know that happened.
I feel like the Austrian Archduke was
Oop.
of some relation.
Sure. Yeah. You want to get it going? Yeah, you want to get it going? All right.
Tough time.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Kev's making us some taco meat.
Yum.
Yes, it's halftime, apparently. That's why it's happening now. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I can't. I feel like the Austrian Archduke was related to somebody that I know. I feel like he's of some relation to Sissy.
Oh.
Maybe Sissy's husband was related to him. I don't know. I need a family tree for anything that happened in Austria.
That's a good point. Yes.
It's interesting. Like I feel like the essays that people could write on Rochester, it is genuinely fascinating because some people will defend everything he ever did.
Yeah.
And some people are like, he's literally a psychopath. So it's funny.
I do.
Yes, cautionary.
Yeah. Agreed. It's so entertaining.
Mhm.
Rochester.
I think we could fix him. I mean, it's a shame how unspeakably attractive he was for the majority of that book, and then you learn like what's going on, and you think,
Because he really appreciated Jane's like mind and her sense of humor and just like nobody else did. He
you
really
see? Yes,
like no she seemed like a different person with him. Yeah.
he seemed so feminist with Jane,
Yeah.
and then you learn about past relationships with women, no spoilers, and you think,
Yeah.
what?
His youth was rough.
Yikes.
Oh dear.
Oh my gosh. Mm.
Wow.
I can imagine that it'll be similar to Rochester and Jane. That's what I think. It'll be similar to Rochester and Jane because we'll be talking about the way men talk in these big book talk books. Because I'm telling you, if a man spoke to me in the way I have read in some of these book talk books, he'd be picking himself up off the floor, picking up his teeth
Oh man.
after I knocked him out. There's no way. And I think, literally, I think that will be the discussion. It'll be like, did women really think this was hot? Were women really attracted to this? I do. That's genuinely what I think. If they stand the test of time, I don't know that. I think it's interesting because now we hear so much more about different books, probably than you did 50 to 100 years ago. So there were probably more big standouts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have subgenres now.
Yeah. And like the big books of the year, the books winning the prizes, winning the Pulitzer Prizes, I've like never heard of them. They're never talked about here on BookTube.
That's so true. I'm kind of sad, but
Yeah.
we like what we like. Oh, you might
It's
still
only-
really enjoy it.
Yes, you might. And you'll know
Jenny
when it's
still loved
coming.
it.
Yeah. You'll know when it's coming and you can easily get past it. It's only one scene. But it was deeply disturbing to me the first time that I read that book.
Yeah. Certain things I just really... I couldn't get over what happened in... I don't want to spoil anything, but the book by Minjin Lee, Pachinko. I could not handle that.
No. That turned me on my favorite K-drama actor.
Oh, it was powerful.
It was powerful. Turned me on him and everything. I had to find a new favorite K-drama actor.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at him the same after playing that role.
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Franz Joseph's okay, I feel like this is the guy I'm thinking of. I need to do, this is the thing that gets me, and then I'll never finish a book because I go, okay, but who is he? Who's he related to? Then I go back all through the family. I'm going back 500 years and I find out like how the family was created and they came out of Bavaria or somewhere. And then I go, well, what is Bavaria? What's going on there? Then I've lost hours of my life.
And that's why you're a historian.
My channel is monetized. I don't know why my super chats are not enabled.
Oh, weird.
I'll have to look at that in the back end. Do you have yours enabled, Christy?
I don't know. I know I have that. It's like a heart with a money sign in it. Is that super chat or is that something else?
Maybe it is.
I'll like pull it up. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, that's a thanks. Okay. I was thinking of the thanks thing.
Oh, I have thanks enabled. I do know that. But I thought they were kind of the same thing.
I guess super chat is I think that's where people can give you money during a live stream. Now that you mention it.
Oh, so I may not have that enabled. I'm a poor YouTuber.
Me too.
I don't know how the back end works.
But you can give Jenny a thanks.
That's true. I just recently found out about that because a subscriber was like, "Do you have thanks enabled?" And then I did, and people sent me thanks, and that was very sweet.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that.
I'll have to look into that. Maybe I will put them on. You definitely should, Christy, since you do so many live shows.
Maybe I should. I know it's been bugging me to set up something. I don't know.
It's
It's been
been
telling
begging
me.
me to do channel memberships for I don't know how long.
Yes, that's probably. I
Yeah.
think that's what it's been telling me to do.
I said, yeah, for 5 people and me to have a book club and our channel membership.
Yeah. I looked into channel memberships a little bit because I was like, what's so special about them? And like one of the special things is you get to upload emojis for your like subscribers to use.
That's cool
And
though.
yeah, I thought, oh, that's really neat. But I don't know how to design my own emojis, so I was like, I don't think I'd have anything special for people. They wouldn't be interested in mine.
I think channel memberships seem nicer in some ways than Patreon
Mm.
because it seems like it's nice that everything is in one area.
Yeah, they don't have to go to a secondary site to support
Yeah.
you.
But this is
I
fun, Emily.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What?
We've all collectively lost touch with reality.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That is wild. That one might be one people are scratching their heads about in 50 years.
Yeah, that for sure, because I think it's already happening. This is true, Matt. 80% of it's very good.
I need to try it out. I need to try Dark Academia.
I think you would
Ooh.
like it, Christy.
I should
I
try
think
it
it's
because I liked her young adult series. I did like it. So
and you like idea-based books, like concept-based books, and I feel like a lot of Dark Academia is all about like the concept.
yes, I would like. Okay, I'm gonna try some Dark Academia. I'm getting figuring out my 2024 TBR now.
Hopefully you will love Pachinko, Emily, but we did
Yes.
not.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
Yeah. For a lot of people, it's like their favorite historical fiction ever.
Yeah. And even you said, I learned a lot from it.
It taught me stuff. But
Yeah.
yes, this
Maximilian.
this guy, I feel like Franz Joseph married Sissy, who had the famous beautiful hair
Oh.
and was a very famous woman. Because there's a show on Netflix that's about Sissy, and they talk about his brother going to Mexico.
Oh. This is
It's a
getting
German show. It's really good. Or maybe it must be Austrian because I guess they're filming it in the areas where they lived.
Mm. Do you remember what it is?
It might just be called The Empress.
The Empress. Okay. This is fascinating.
Okay, there would be a money sign under the chat line.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, super chats help support your channel. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you, Matt, for sending hearts.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
This has been a chaotic live. So we've talked about everything from Clorox wipes to Rochester.
Yep.
You never know what you're going to get, as we always say.
We covered a lot of ground. And we made it here tonight. Success. It was a close thing.
I've seen a lot of membership only chats on bigger channels. That's interesting.
I've seen that too. They'll show you that there's a video that only members get to see. Like it'll show you on the channel, but you can't watch it unless you become a member. Which is great advertising.
That really is, because I've noticed that lately, and I'll be about to click on a video from somebody I'm subscribed to, and they'll be like, "You're not a member of their membership." It's just shown on my regular page, like as you open up YouTube. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm in the back end on another channel. On another tab. So I'm gonna figure out super chats when this is over. So we just have to click the button in the dashboard. Dee Dee, you are teaching us so much. I'm sorry. She has a big channel. She's a crafter.
Oh, nice. So you know about this stuff.
They don't do a very good job at advertising things that will actually help you as a content creator.
Yeah. There's been some fun, like I saw that they were doing like advice videos for YouTubers, and I remember watching one of them back when making Barbie content was the thing. And it said, "Oh, people enjoy learning about a cultural event from someone else rather than experiencing the cultural event for themselves." And I thought, that makes sense. Barbie was like the thing in shorts.
That's true. That's interesting.
I learned something.
I like now every week, those of y'all who are not YouTubers, like now they do a thing every week when they give you your analytics. They sometimes pair it with like just general advice for how to grow your channel, or how to make content that will be interesting to people who already view you. That's actually useful.
That is.
Sometimes it's actually genuinely helpful, because they're like, there are 3 types of videos people make, like quick performing content, really hard to make content that you should only do once every 6 months. And, they do try to help you occasionally, but how to grow or how to succeed or make your monetization any better, they don't really advertise that very much.
I rarely look at advice because I know that I won't be able to follow it.
And that's the truth. And then that's pressure.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm doing it wrong. It's my fault.
13 years old for you. Then you've seen it all.
You are a pro. So you were here before StreamYard. That is cool. You were streaming before that was a trend on YouTube.
True. That's true. Yeah. Kafka video games. That terrifies me.
That would be wild.
Oh, thank you. I'll have to go back and watch that, because I'm way behind on your videos, but I love to watch people craft. That's like my Zen space. Because my mom's a scrapbooker, and so she watches a lot of people stream while she works. While she works on her own pages and stuff. Well, we should wrap it up so that Christy can enjoy her tacos.
I think since Kevin is making dinner tonight, he is like, the food's done.
The food's on the table.
Normally I make the dinner, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I guess it's dinner time.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, y'all, and going down the rabbit hole with us on all of our various interests.
Yes.
I hope that y'all got some reading done.
Yes, and Happy New Year's.
Yes, Happy New Year. We will do this again next month, but it will be on Christy's channel. But I don't know that we have set a date yet.
I don't think so yet. We'll have to do that.
We'll let you know.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.